They look like luxury perfumes and pricey colognes, but they're actually fakes.
It looks
Legit.
like the real thing.
That bottle of Chanel No. 5 on your dresser. Independent lab testing found compounds inside that accumulate in human fat tissue. That don't leave. That designer cologne your husband wears every morning. The word fragrance on the label is hiding up to 3,000 separate chemicals, none of them disclosed, all of them legal. And that celebrity perfume you bought because it smelled incredible in the store. Phthalates, hormone disruptors, in a product you spray directly onto your skin and breathe in every single day. 5 brands. Drugstore to luxury. What is really inside the bottle and what it is really costing you. Stay until the end while we expose them all. Number 5. Victoria's Secret Bombshell. Victoria's Secret, the brand that defined an era. Bombshell is their best-selling fragrance. Pink bottle, gold cap. That sweet floral explosion of peony, vanilla, and passion fruit, sold in every mall in America for $72. Millions of women wear it. Millions of teenage girls ask for it as a birthday gift. That trust is exactly the problem. Pick up the Bombshell bottle, spray it on your wrist. That rush of sweetness hits immediately. Floral, warm, almost edible. It smells like confidence. It smells like youth. Hold your wrist close to your face and breathe it in. You are not just smelling it, you are inhaling it. Fragrance molecules enter your respiratory system with every breath. Every morning you spray Bombshell before work. Every night you spray it before going out. Every time you walk past someone wearing it and breathe in that familiar sweetness, compounds are entering your body. And unlike the fragrance itself, they do not fade. Now flip the bottle over. Read the ingredient list. You will find one word: fragrance. That single word is doing an enormous amount of work. It is legally concealing the full formula. Everything inside that bottle that is not alcohol or water is hidden behind that one word. The FDA does not require fragrance companies to disclose individual ingredients. The industry lobbied for that protection decades ago and has kept it ever since. One word: infinite hiding room. Independent testing by the Environmental Working Group found synthetic musks in Victoria's Secret fragrances, specifically galaxolide and tonalide. These are polycyclic musks, synthetic aromatic compounds used to create that warm, lingering base note you associate with the scent. They smell like luxury. In simple terms, they bind to your fat tissue and they don't leave. Your body cannot break them down efficiently. They accumulate. Studies published in the International Journal of Hygiene and Environmental Health found polycyclic musks in human adipose tissue, breast milk, and cord blood. Cord blood, the blood that feeds a developing baby. These compounds were present before the child took their first breath. Exposure after exposure, year after year, bottle after bottle. The EU's Scientific Committee on Consumer Safety has flagged both galaxolide and tonalide for environmental persistence and potential endocrine disruption. The European Chemicals Agency listed tonalide as a substance of very high concern. These are not fringe findings. These are the conclusions of the regulatory bodies that govern what goes on the skin of 300 million Europeans. The United States has no equivalent restriction on either compound in fragrance products. Victoria's Secret knows this. They have access to the same research. They choose the cheaper synthetic musks anyway because they create the signature scent at a fraction of the cost of natural alternatives. The margin is better. The disclosure is not required. The choice is easy for them. Think about who buys Bombshell. Teenage girls receiving it as a birthday gift, developing endocrine systems, absorbing lipophilic musks that accumulate in tissue with every spray. Pregnant women wearing their signature scent every morning, not knowing the musks have been found in cord blood. Women who have worn Bombshell for years, 10 years, 15 years, thinking a brand this large, this visible, this trusted would never sell something harmful. The accumulation started with the first bottle. It continued with every one after that. Smells like confidence, builds up in your fat tissue. Victoria's Secret sells you a feeling. The formula delivers bioaccumulating synthetic musks, but at least Bombshell is honest about being a mass-market fragrance. The next brand charges 3 times more and calls itself Artisan. Number 4. Bath & Body Works Fine. Fragrance Mist, Bath & Body Works. The store that smells like a holiday from the moment you walk past it in the mall. Warm vanilla sugar, Japanese cherry blossom, 1,000 wishes. Fine fragrance mists at $17 each. Constant sales, 3 for $30. Buy 5, get 2 free. The brand built an entire retail identity around making everyone feel like they can afford luxury. Affordable, accessible, everywhere. and stacked with some of the most concerning fragrance chemicals on the market. Pick up a fine fragrance mist, any scent. Read the application instructions on the back of the bottle, spray it into the air in front of you, and walk through the cloud. That is the intended method. Walk through it, which means before the fragrance ever touches your skin, you are inhaling the full formula directly. Every compound, every synthetic, every hidden chemical enters your respiratory tract first. Your lungs are the first point of contact, not your wrist. The Environmental Working Group database scores multiple Bath and Body Works fine fragrance mists at high concern for ingredient hazard. The specific concerns appear consistently across the line. Benzyl benzoate is one of them. It is a fragrance fixative, a compound used to make the scent last longer and bind to skin. The EU places benzyl benzoate on its list of 26 fragrance allergens that must be disclosed by name on European cosmetic labels. European consumers can see it, recognize it, and choose accordingly. In America, it disappears inside the word fragrance, invisible, undisclosed, the same compound, the same bottle, different information depending on which continent you buy it on. Bath and Body Works also uses diethyl phthalate across multiple fragrance formulations. Here is what that means. Diethyl phthalate is a plasticizer, a chemical used to make the scent last longer on skin by helping fragrance compounds penetrate and bind. It is also a suspected endocrine disruptor. The EU restricts certain phthalates in cosmetics due to evidence of hormonal interference. The United States has no such restriction in fragrance products. Diethyl phthalate continues to appear across the Bath and Body Works line. In the mist you spray before school, in the one you layer over your lotion, in the limited edition holiday scent you stock up on every November. Here is what makes the Bath and Body Works situation specific and serious. They have engineered their entire retail model around frequency and volume. The 3 for $30 deal is not a promotion. It is a purchasing architecture designed to put multiple products in the hands of one customer and build a daily habit around them. Seasonal launches create urgency. Buy it now before it sells out. Limited editions create hoarding. The Bath and Body Works customer does not buy one mist. She buys a collection. She uses them multiple times a day, and she is often young. The brand markets aggressively to teenagers and young women. Some of the most frequent fragrance users in America are absorbing diethyl phthalate and synthetic allergens daily from products that were designed to feel fun, affordable, and safe. For teenage girls buying 3 mists at a time with babysitting money, building a daily phthalate habit before they turn 18. For young women who mist before school, before work, before going out, multiple exposures per day, every day, year after year. For mothers who shop Bath and Body Works with their daughters, browsing the same displays, buying the same scents, unknowingly building a shared chemical exposure pattern across 2 generations. Seasonal scents, year-round phthalate exposure. At this point, you might think this is just about cheaper brands cutting corners on ingredients to protect their margins. It is not. The next brand charges almost $140 per bottle, presents itself as the definition of understated luxury, and the formula is worse. Number 3. Jo Malone London. Jo Malone London. The prestige fragrance house that made minimalism aspirational. Clean white boxes tied with cream ribbon. Simple, elegant names that feel like poetry. Lime basil and mandarin, peony and blush suede, wood sage and sea salt. $90 to $140 per bottle at Nordstrom and Sephora. The gift that signals taste. The fragrance that sits on the bathroom shelf and makes the whole room feel curated. Jo Malone built its reputation on the concept of layering, wearing 2 or 3 of their scents simultaneously to create a signature combination that belongs only to you. The brand even has a name for it, fragrance combining. It is elegant marketing. It is also a concept that means buying multiple bottles, exposing yourself to multiple undisclosed formulas at the same time, and multiplying your contact with every compound inside each one. Jo Malone is owned by Estée Lauder companies, the same corporation that reformulated advanced night repair for European markets after regulators flagged the formula and kept the original version for American consumers. The same ownership structure, the same pattern of geographic double standards. Pick up a Jo Malone bottle, spray it on your wrist. The opening is sophisticated, refined, that clean, almost austere quality that makes you feel like you are wearing something genuinely luxurious. The scent evolves beautifully. It has the kind of quiet confidence that cheaper fragrances cannot replicate. The scent is genuinely beautiful. the formula underneath it is not. Jo Malone fragrances contain isoeugenol. It is a natural fragrance compound derived from clove oil, used to add warmth and depth to a composition. It is also on the EU's mandatory allergen disclosure list. Isoeugenol is one of the 26 fragrance allergens that European cosmetic brands must list by name on their labels, not hidden inside the word fragrance, but named, visible, and disclosed. In Europe, a Jo Malone customer can read isoeugenol on the label, look it up, and make an informed decision. The same compound found in breast milk and cord blood. At $130, you are receiving the same synthetic musk architecture as a $72 mall fragrance. The bottle is prettier, the cap is shaped like a flower. The compound building up in your fat tissue is identical. Daisy also contains diethyl phthalate, the same endocrine-disrupting plasticizer found in the $17 Bath & Body Works Fine Fragrance Mist. At $130, a customer has every reason to expect a cleaner, more carefully formulated product than a drugstore mist marketed to teenagers. That expectation is wrong. Same phthalate, higher price, fancier cap. Marc Jacobs is owned by LVMH, the largest luxury goods conglomerate on Earth, with revenue exceeding $86 billion in 2023. LVMH has the resources to source cleaner fragrance ingredients. They have the margin to absorb the higher cost of natural musk alternatives. They have the chemists, the laboratories, and the supply chains to reformulate every fragrance in their portfolio. They choose synthetic musks and phthalates because they are cheaper, because the scent profile they produce is consistent and controllable, and because no American regulation requires them to do otherwise. For young women who receive Daisy as their first luxury fragrance, a milestone, a gift that felt like crossing into something more grown-up and refined, absorbing synthetic musks that accumulate in tissue and phthalates that interfere with hormones from a product that was supposed to represent quality. For women who have worn Daisy for 15 years as their signature scent, 15 years of daily galaxolide and diethyl phthalate, building, accumulating. For mothers who bought Daisy for their daughters as a graduation gift, a birthday gift, a first job gift, handing them bioaccumulating compounds in a bottle shaped like a garden. $130. The same synthetic musks as a drugstore fragrance, in a bottle shaped like a flower. Luxury pricing, drugstore chemistry. The #1 brand on this list charges you double, and the betrayal goes all the way to the top. Number 1. Chanel. Number 5. Chanel No. 5, the most famous fragrance in the world, on the market since 1921, worn by Marilyn Monroe, who said it was all she wore to bed, described by its creator as what a woman wants to smell like. Over $200 per bottle at every Chanel counter, in every major city on Earth. An icon, a cultural artifact, the fragrance that every other fragrance is measured against, and a formula they fought to keep unchanged, not because it was safe, because it was profitable. Pick up the bottle, that iconic rectangular glass, the simple white label, the gold cap. The weight of it in your hand feels deliberate, considered. Spray it on your wrist. That opening is unlike anything else in perfumery. Aldehydic, floral, complex in a way that unfolds over hours rather than minutes. Rose, jasmine, sandalwood, vanilla. The dry down is extraordinary. There is a reason this fragrance has been on the market for over a century. The scent is a genuine masterpiece. The formula that creates it is not. Chanel No. 5 contains oak moss and tree moss extracts. These are natural fragrance materials, resins derived from lichens, that give the fragrance its signature depth and tenacity, that unmistakable quality that makes No. 5 smell like nothing else. The same materials also contain atranol and chloroatranol. These are naturally occurring compounds within the moss extracts, and they are among the most potent contact allergens identified in fragrance. The EU's Scientific Committee on Consumer Safety has classified them as among the most common causes of fragrance-related contact allergy in Europe. An estimated 11% of the European population is affected by fragrance contact allergy. Atranol and chloroatranol are among the leading causes. The EU moved to restrict atranol and chloroatranol in cosmetics. The proposed restriction would have required Chanel to reformulate No. 5 to reduce or eliminate the moss extracts that define the fragrance's character. Chanel publicly opposed the restriction. They commissioned reports. They lobbied. They argued that reformulation would destroy an iconic fragrance, that the cultural and artistic value of No. 5 should be weighed against the safety concern. This is not just a fragrance. It is a formula they fought to keep unchanged. They were right that reformulation would alter the scent. They were not right that preserving a formula is a valid reason to continue exposing consumers to compounds that cause contact allergy in 1 in 9 Europeans. The EU ultimately set concentration limits for atranol and chloroatranol rather than an outright ban. Chanel reformulated partially. The lobbying shaped the outcome. The formula on American shelves today still contains these compounds. Over $200, a lobbying budget, and an allergen load that European regulators considered serious enough to fight about for years. Chanel No. 5 also contains galaxolide, a $200 bottle carrying the same bioaccumulating synthetic musk found in the $72 Victoria's Secret Bombshell, the same polycyclic compound flagged for endocrine disruption and environmental persistence. Chanel has the margin, the resources, and the chemistry expertise to use natural musk alternatives. They choose the synthetic, and like every other fragrance on this list, the complete formula hides behind a single word on the American label: fragrance. Over $200, no disclosure, no transparency, the same legal shield as a $17 Bath & Body Works mist. For women who buy Chanel No. 5 as an investment in quality, the fragrance you save for, the one you keep on the dresser because it represents something. Paying over $200 for a formula containing contact allergens that Chanel actively lobbied to keep in the bottle. For women with fragrance sensitivities who assumed that a $200 fragrance from the most prestigious house in the world would be held to a higher standard than a mass-market product. The price does not reduce the allergen load. In some ways, it increases it. More complex formula, more undisclosed compounds, more opportunities for sensitization. For daughters who inherit their mother's bottle of Chanel No. 5, believing they are wearing something timeless, something safe, something that has endured because it deserves to. They are wearing a formula the brand fought to protect from safety restrictions. $200, a lobbying budget to fight safety regulations, and the same synthetic musks as a Victoria's Secret Bombshell. Go to your fragrance shelf right now. Chanel No. 5, Marc, Jacob's Daisy, Joe Malone, Bath & Body Works, Fine Fragrance Mist, Victoria's Secret Bombshell. Every single one hiding its complete formula behind a single word: fragrance. Your skin absorbs it, your lungs inhale it, your tissue accumulates it. You deserve to know what it is. These brands have decided you don't need to. Safe. Pick one. Clean Reserve. Fragrance transparency is rare. Clean Reserve built an entire brand around it. They publish their full ingredient lists. Every compound, named, disclosed, not hidden behind the word fragrance, not available on request after you have already bought the product. Published proactively for every fragrance before you spend $1. In an industry where full disclosure is almost unheard of, Clean Reserve does it as a baseline standard. Pick up a Clean Reserve fragrance. Spray it on your wrist. The opening is fresh, airy, and genuinely clean. Not synthetic clean, not the clean that comes from masking one set of chemicals with another. Actual lightness, because the formula does not carry the weight of undisclosed synthetic compounds underneath it. No phthalates, no galaxolide, no tonalide, no polycyclic musks that accumulate in tissue, no compounds from the EU's restricted list hiding behind a single word. $45 to $95 per bottle. Full ingredient transparency. Available at Sephora and online. You can read every compound in the formula before you decide whether to buy it. No other major fragrance brand at this price point offers that. Safe. Pick 2. Fleur. Fleur was built on one principle. Fragrance should not require a toxicologist to evaluate before you wear it. Every Fleur fragrance is vegan. No animal-derived ingredients. No phthalates. No parabens. No polycyclic synthetic musks of the variety that accumulate in tissue. They publish their ingredient philosophy clearly and publicly, not buried in a terms page, not available only to customers who ask. Visible on the website before purchase. Pick up a Fleur bottle. Spray it on the inside of your wrist. The scent is sophisticated without being suffocating. No synthetic sharpness at the opening. No petrochemical undertone trying to imitate a natural material. It settles into something warm and genuine. Wear it for an hour and notice how it behaves. It evolves. It stays close to the skin. It becomes personal in a way that heavy synthetic musk fragrances never quite manage. That intimacy is not a weakness. It is what fragrance is supposed to do. Fleur's Missing Person became one of the most discussed independent fragrances in recent years, not through a celebrity campaign or a mile counter, but because people who had given up on conventional fragrance entirely found they could wear it without reaction. $60 to $100 per bottle. Safe. Pick 3. Dead Cool. Dead Cool does something almost no fragrance brand does. They list every single ingredient on every single product, not on request, not buried in a FAQ, 3 pages deep on their website. Right on the bottle, right on the product page. Every time, for every fragrance, without exception. The packaging is deliberate and spare. No ornate glass, no ribbons, no box designed to justify a markup. The budget went into the formula and the transparency. No lilial, no galaxolide, no diethyl phthalate, no isoeugenol hiding at undisclosed concentrations. Every allergen named, every compound visible before you open the cap. Dead Cool also uses naturally derived alcohol as a carrier base rather than synthetic ethanol from petrochemical sources, a distinction that matters for anyone absorbing fragrance through skin daily. $50 to $85 per bottle. Independently verified clean formulation, available online and at Credo Beauty, the clean beauty retailer that maintains its own restricted ingredients, standard more rigorous than current FDA requirements. Safe Pick 4. Skylar. Skylar was founded by a woman who developed a severe fragrance allergy and could not wear any conventional fragrance without a reaction. Every product she tried caused a response, so she built the brand she needed. Every Skylar fragrance is hypoallergenic in the actual clinical sense, not the marketing sense, not the legally meaningless sense that Neutrogena prints on its skincare. Hypoallergenic in the sense that Skylar submits every formula to independent dermatological testing and publishes the results. Every formula passes the repeat insult patch test, the clinical standard used to identify allergenic compounds before a product reaches the market. No synthetic musks, no phthalates, no parabens, no lilial, no oak moss extract, no formaldehyde-releasing preservatives. Every ingredient reviewed against the EU's restricted list, even though American regulation does not require it. The scent is intentionally softer than conventional fragrance, because the compounds that create loudness and projection in traditional perfume are the same ones Skylar removed. What remains is quieter, more personal. It stays on your skin rather than announcing itself across a room. $75 to $95 per bottle, clinically tested, available at Target, Sephora, and online. The only safe pick on this list you can find at a mass market retailer. Safe Pick 5. Heretic Parfum. Heretic Parfum was founded in 2014 specifically to challenge the conventional fragrance industry from within. Every fragrance is built around natural and naturally derived ingredients. No synthetic musks, no phthalates, no galaxolide, no tonalide, no lilial. The complete ingredient list is available for every product before purchase, not on request, not after the sale, proactively and publicly for every formula in the line. Pick up a Heretic bottle. The design is spare and deliberate. Dark glass, minimal labeling, no ornate packaging competing for attention with the formula inside. Spray it on your wrist. The opening is complex in a way that synthetic fragrances rarely achieve. It shifts. It breathes. Natural ingredients interact with the chemistry of your skin differently than synthetic compounds do. The fragrance becomes something that belongs specifically to you in a way a mass-market synthetic musk composition never fully manages. Wear it for 2 hours. The dry down is deep and genuine, without the petrochemical base note that underlies most conventional luxury fragrances. Heretic also maintains compliance with the Credo Clean standard, one of the most rigorous independent ingredient standards in the American beauty market, more restrictive than current FDA requirements and more restrictive than most EU thresholds. Voluntarily, $95 to $165 per bottle, available directly and at Credo Beauty. The EU bans or restricts over 1,400 cosmetic and fragrance ingredients. The United States restricts 11, the last meaningful federal fragrance safety legislation passed in 1938, before synthetic musks existed, before phthalates were in every bottle, before the word fragrance became the most powerful legal shield in the personal care industry. In 87 years, the regulatory framework has not kept pace with the chemistry. The brands on this list know that. They depend on it. Chanel lobbied to keep contact allergens in their formula. They chose wrong. Marc Jacobs put the same synthetic musks as a drugstore fragrance in a $130 bottle and called it luxury. They chose wrong. Joe Malone charged you for a reproductive toxin the EU banned and presented it as prestige. They chose wrong. Most people never question what they wear every day. Now you will.